It is clear that achieving extreme wealth is not the worst thing that might happen to a person. In reality, the majority of individuals relish having everything they want. God is the reason. Rothschilds, Musks, and Gates of this world can't have it all, though. Unless you count these 10 royal families. They serve as the illustration for the rule. They are among the most powerful people on earth, with enormous riches and political clout. Here are the top 10 royal families in terms of wealth. Number 10. House Liechtenstein. You will have trouble locating this little principality on a map if you are not from Austria or Switzerland. Liechtenstein is situated in the Alps on a small, 16-mile-long peninsula that is just 5 miles wide. The state is tucked between Austria and Switzerland in the midst of the craggy Alpine ranges. With a net worth of around $4.4 billion, this little country is one of the richest on earth, and the Liechtenstein family, who control it, is among the wealthiest people not just in Europe but also worldwide. The vast income the family receives through the family-owned LTG Group Bank is not taxed, which is an advantage of being in charge. House of Maktoum, Dubai. Since around 200 years ago, the Maktoum family has controlled the Emirate of Dubai. They transformed a patch of desolate desert into a haven for the wealthy. In that period, the family amassed a significant amount of fortune worth $19 billion throughout this change. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the leader of the dynasty and the ruler of Dubai, is by far the richest of them all. The sheikh has doubled his riches over the years thanks to his financial savvy, but he also knows how to have a good time. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree when it comes to his son. Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum is the owner of a sizable collection of rare golden automobiles. Number 8. House Aloy, Morocco. Since they have ruled Morocco for the past 5 centuries, it should come as no surprise that this has been a very lucrative endeavor. The aggregate fortune of the 19 members of the Moroccan royal family is more than $20 billion. The monarch, who receives an annual salary of about $500,000 in addition to all of his assets and commercial activities, owns the lion's share of them. Not bad for showing up to events and waving to the audience. However, this hefty payment only covers half a month's worth of the family's fezbolaces upkeep expenses. This opulent manor's operational costs are projected to be roughly $960,000. Most monarchs would only need 1 palace, but King Mohammed IV has 12, at an average cost of $500,000 each. Number 7. House Bolkiah, Brunei. Despite British and foreign occupations over their almost 8 centuries of rule, Brunei's royal family of House Bolkiah has performed admirably, though not so much for the nation and its people as for themselves. Even for exorbitant royalty, the Bolkiahs, who are worth over $30 billion, have some somewhat peculiar tastes. Few individuals would spend $21,000 on a haircut, but it's clear that the Sultan of Brunei adores his hairstyle at least. He pays very well for it. One of the leader of Brunei's most extravagant acquisitions is a $400 million private plane that he adorned with an additional $120 million in gold. Number 6. Aduli Yadej, Thailand. His Majesty Bumble Agilardej is the head of the Thai royal family. Their enormous fortune, estimated to be worth $60 billion, was mostly gained with the help of the Crown Property Agency. The holding that manages the royal funds receives over half of their assets. Since Bumbol's ascension to the throne, the royal family has lost some of its widespread popularity in Thailand. His lavish spending, opulent lifestyle, and borderline irrational and outrageous actions have led the nation to call for a democratic change. For instance, Bumble didn't skimp when it came to bidding his dog farewell. The pet's funeral took place over a period of 4 days and cost millions of dollars. Additionally, the monarch lavishes money on himself and shows little concern for the nation's administration. Number 5. House Windsor, UK. The British royal family has long since outgrown its role as simple royals and has evolved into something like to a supergroup. The Queen and her odd headwear have ingratiated themselves into popular culture. The royal family's total wealth exceeds $88 billion, the majority of which is held in real estate. The family's collection of assets in Great Britain is estimated to be worth $10 billion and includes prestigious palaces like Windsor Manor and Buckingham Palace. The king or queen are often the wealthiest members of royal families. The situation with the Windsors is a little bit different, though. Even the wealthiest of them will never succeed to the throne. The $5 billion owned by her great-granddaughter is just 10% of the Queen's $500 million. Number 4. House Nahyan of Abu Dhabi. The royal family of Abu Dhabi. His Majesty Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan is in charge. The family is estimated to be worth $150 billion. And as you would have anticipated, the oil trade is the main source of income. The Burj Khalifa in Dubai, the world's highest structure, and a number of 7-star hotels are owned by the family. In contrast to what you might expect, the Nahyan family really resides in a luxurious palace that is stocked with a variety of pleasures. The Qasr Al Wadhan Royal Residence, which is the largest in the world and costs over $2 billion, is home to an impressive 380,000 square meters of land, boats, automobiles, and jets worth billions of dollars. The Abu Dhabi royal family undoubtedly knows how to live the high life. Number 3. House of Thani, Qatar, is now the world's youngest head of state at the age of 41. Nevertheless, he is the head of the third richest royal family, with a net worth of over $335 million. Of course, the export of fossil fuels is the major source of revenue. The family still owns a sizable number of homes in the UK, even has stock in the New York City's Empire State Building. Thani has made significant investments in high-growth industries and holds a sizable stake in luxury firms like Barclays and Tiffany & Company, as well as automakers like Volkswagen. The King of Qatar obviously has a taste for luxury. The family calls Doha's royal palace home. The palace, which is worth more than $1 billion, contains a number of ceremonial and residential courts. However, not all. It's interesting to note that the Qatar family owns more real estate in the UK than the British royal family. Knowing how honest and unwavering the World Soccer officials are, I don't doubt this is actually true. Number 2. House of Al Sabah of Kuwait. The Al Sabah family has dominated the nation for the past 300 years, during which time they have amassed a massive $36 billion fortune. His Majesty Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmad Al Yaba Al Sabah, the current emir, serves as the family's head of state. Even while oil exports account for a sizable chunk of their fortune, the family gains a lot from properties located all over the world, particularly in America. Since the 1980s, they have made targeted purchases that are now yielding enormous rewards. The family is well known for leading an opulent lifestyle. Exotic animals and other luxurious items are part of their opulent lifestyle, which few people can afford. However, the family has abandoned culture. They invested $775 million in a cultural center, which is an amazing feat of architecture in and of itself. An opera house, theaters, libraries, and meeting rooms are located inside. Number 1. House of Saud of Saudi Arabia. They are the richest royal family in the world, with a massive fortune of $1.7 trillion, and they make no effort to disguise it. Thanks to its vast oil reserves, Saudi Arabia is one of the richest nations in the world. Although $1.7 trillion is a huge figure, it is divided across 150 family members, which lessens its significance. However, the royal family has opulent taste and unquestionably understands how to lead an opulent and elegant lifestyle. The South family believes that everything that is not golden is unworthy of their attention. This includes furniture, vehicles, and boats made of gold. We have the golden age of the bicycle. Their real estate holdings are as extensive as one might imagine. The concern I still have is that they attempt to redirect the revenue away from oil exports. It's a fantastic move on their side that demonstrates their success is due not just to the enormous wealth of the nation they control, but also to their astute business judgment and wise investments.